Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 4. It is Christmas Eve. It is Wednesday, the 24th of December, and today is going to be a good day. The plan for today then is obviously my slightly adapted morning routine because there's no tea involved. I have to go and get that in a minute, sort myself out, get dressed. We have yoga this morning at 7:45 for an hour, and then we have breakfast, and then at 10 a.m. we are heading out on a full day ski tour, and I understand that's going to be about 5 hours. I think the idea is that we can travel some distance then, and then from 3 o'clock onwards it is Norway Christmas Eve, which is their big Christmas celebration, and the hotel go all in. And the lady who was talking to us at dinner last night, she addressed the whole restaurant to explain every year for 61 years the hotel has gone all in at Christmas, and it is full of a very mix of people. So there's some tourists, but there's also locals, which is fab, don't you think? So they do the traditional cookies and coffee, they do Christmas music, a service down at the church, and then a torchlight procession back. Proper traditional Norwegian Christmas Eve meal, which for here is pork belly. Inland it's pork belly, by the sea it's cod, but we had the cod last night because they wanted to show us both. Apparently just lots and lots of Christmas stuff going on. Here goes this day. I wonder what it will actually look like in reality. And the other thing I've got, which is actually sat over here, so I've got my morning pages ready to write, but also my lovely friends at Comms Unplugged. Comms Unplugged is an annual conference which is about professional and personal development stuff, but it's based in a field in Dorset, and it's right up my street. The guys that run it and the people that go, I've got to know over the years because I've been a few times, and they are absolutely lovely. And every year they do the Icelandic Jokkabolaflod tradition. Is it Jollabokkaflod or Jokkabolaflod? I don't know, one of those two. I'll write it here. On Christmas Eve in Iceland, you exchange a book and some chocolate as a gift. We've done this for years and I've really enjoyed it. I didn't join in this year, but one of the lovely people sent me one in the post, even though I haven't returned the favour to anyone else. It arrived the day before I came, and I thought, well, I'm supposed to open it on Christmas Eve. I'm going to bring it with me. From my little spot in my room. I'm just sat on my chair. I have once again been incredibly bad. I did take the video camera with me today, but I think I got about 3 clips. Now, just looking at the time, 3:05, and we left for our ski tour at 10 a.m. We've done 7.8 kilometres. We did 186 metres of elevation. It has been a fantastic but challenging day today, putting all of the skills we've learned over the last couple of days into practice. It was basically like going on a hike today. We did all kinds of terrain, uphills, we did downhills, we went through woodland, we skied across frozen lakes, we used machine-made tracks, man-made tracks, and we made our own tracks. We stopped at a hut about halfway round and had lunch. Honestly, it was such a good day. I fell over twice near the end. Oh no, actually I fell over once, just stood still randomly, just wobbled and lost my footing and ended up sat down, and then fell over again twice, 15-20 minutes from the end, partly because I was tired, partly because the terrain was a bit meh. I think 2 or 3 people behind me fell over in exactly the same place as I did. But it's been a really good day. My thighs and calves have clearly had a good workout today. It's been very cold, but it's been beautiful. I would be tempted to spend every Christmas Eve like I've spent today. The Norwegian wilderness, frozen lakes, mountains in the distance. It's just been so wonderful. So the plans for the rest of the day is to partake in a traditional Norwegian Christmas Eve. I'm up for this. I came away, as you well know, with no desire to do traditional Christmas because of what's happened. I didn't want to ruin all of those good memories. Now, obviously, there's always a risk that wherever you go is going to attempt to give the Brits a British Christmas. And I checked before I booked and I knew they weren't going to do that. But there is part of me that's really really excited to experience a completely different kind of Christmas. In my Splosblos Christmas message, I talk about my wish and desire to create a core memory. I think today has done that. Just this one day, well, last night's Northern Lights at 11:30, today's ski tour, and then hopefully this different kind of Christmas, this quirky for me Christmas. So let's go celebrate Norwegian Christmas, eh? We're back from the service. It was actually really fun. I'm glad I went. It was odd because obviously I don't speak Norwegian and the entire thing from start to finish was in Norwegian, but that's okay. We sang about 15 carols. I knew 2 of them. I knew Silent Night, and the other one, I didn't know the carol, but I knew the tune. It's the tune that you would sing Ferris Lord Jesus to. And the good thing was that they gave us a carol book which had the sheet music in it, so I just gave it my all and joined in anyway, because why not, you know? First carol that we sang was all about lighting the torches and walking around with the torches and Christmas in the villages. I feel like that in itself is part of a Christmas Eve tradition. The Bible reading was exactly what you'd expect. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree, and there was a short sermon, which obviously I didn't understand, but it was something about being nice to each other at Christmas. And now I'm back, and the hotel are now putting on their Christmas Eve shindig. There's music and entertainment, there's singing and dancing, and something about going around a Christmas tree, and something about presents, but I don't know. Anyway, my hair's not dry. I'm in my brown Uniqlo jumper and my baggy jeans, and wearing my slippers. There are people walking around this hotel, very dressed up indeed. Let's go and attempt to be social. Forgive the ready for bedness, because I am, and I'm obviously finishing this in the same way that I started. Here endeth day 4 of my little Norway series. It's actually been a really great Christmas Eve, but it's also been a really weird evening. It is just strange celebrating Christmas in a completely different culture. We had our 3-course dinner, and as I explained earlier, that was pork belly with crackling, a pork meatball and a pork sausage, roast carrot, Brussels sprouts, potatoes, sauerkraut, prunes, and then a lingonberry sauce. Honestly, the pork belly is some of the best I've ever had. It was so tender, melt in the mouth, and then obviously the crackling as well was crunchy and delicious. And then the dessert, they made a big deal of this dessert. It's basically the recipe that the original owner of the hotel created for their Christmas dessert. The dessert itself was absolutely fine. It was a blancmange in a dome. The inside layer was a strawberry blancmange, and then the outside was a milk flavour, and then there was little bits of marzipan decoration on the top. It was a bit odd. Half the table just didn't like it at all. It did have an odd texture. I'll insert a photo over my face so you can see what I'm talking about. It gets served family style, this particular dessert. They brought it into the centre of the table. One of the ladies who's with us, Chloe, it's her birthday today, but they brought it out with a candle in and sang happy birthday, and it was just so lovely. But anyway, so we did that, and then we went back out into the lounge. We had coffee and the traditional 7 Norwegian cookies. The cookies were all traditional recipes or thereabouts, but the tradition is to have 7. I didn't eat 7 cookies. I definitely had a couple of different types of it yesterday. I had one earlier today and then I had a couple this evening, so I think I'm on 5, and I'm hoping they might be out tomorrow as well. And then we had some more carols and Christmas songs, but to do that we got in basically in rings around the Christmas tree, and there were 3, like, I definitely inserted some clips of this, but they were all dancing around singing the different songs. And then after that, Santa came, or Nisa in Norwegian, and the hotel had got a gift for every individual hotel guest. So I got one. Let me get it. This is what I got. It's a jar of honey, Vinstra honey. So I think that's local, and I really enjoy honey, and we've been eating some of this at breakfast. Thank you very much to the hotel for that. You could say it's a little bit old-fashioned in a lot of ways, but the way they put this thing on today to celebrate Christmas Eve, and the way they included us, was just so wholesome and lovely. We've laughed a lot today. I came here to learn to cross-country ski, and today I did nearly 8k, making my own trails on virgin snow across a lake. Tick. And then at the same time, because I booked this as a group trip, what I've ended up with is a really lovely bunch of ladies who've also chosen to be away at Christmas for all different reasons, and we have laughed so much. And especially this evening, given that today's Christmas Eve and that I have been worried about how I might feel, and I think that's understandable, I think making the decision to come on this particular trip in this particular place to do this particular sport, to learn this new skill, was a good one. I made a good choice for myself. I just want to say out loud that whilst decisions are really hard, and while it might look a bit weird from the outside that I've done this instead of being surrounded by family and friends, this was a good call. Zoe, you did good for yourself. Remember this. So I'm going to bed. I honestly don't know what I've got to show you in this video. As with the rest of them, I'm just going to put it together and see what I can make of it and publish it, because why not? It's a good way to learn to use my camera, and it's a good way to give myself a little bit of an outlet. So I'll say good night. Thank you for watching day 4 of my little Norway cross-country skiing adventure. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do like it. And if you would like to know when the next one is up, which is Christmas Day, please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already read my Christmas message for this year, I write a Christmas message every year, just like the King does. And this year's is about a new core memory for Christmas. So you can read that blog post knowing that I achieved what I set out to achieve, and we're only on day 4 of this trip. Good night.